Howdy, my name's Anna. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. I like to do videos here about makeup and makeup related things. I like to decorate myself. And today I wanted to go through the brushes that I continually reach for specific things. Like I just have found that they're really working well for me. And it sort of changes, my style changes, I'll try different things, but I've just noticed that I keep reaching for the same brushes over and over and over and over again. And so I thought I'd show you what those are. The first one is a brush that I have had for over 20 years. Over 20 years. And I think they did make them different back then. Back in the olden days. It was in the 2000s that I got this brush, so it wasn't like it was in the last century. But that is the MAC 129. This is the brush that I use for blush. I don't know, something about, maybe it's just that I'm really used to it, but I like the shape. It's sort of an oval, and it's just the right size. I don't know, it's so effortless. I really like it. This is what I use for blush without fail. Sometimes if I go on vacation, I'll bring a rèphr brush instead because they're a little bit shorter, but I don't like them as much. I like them fine, but they're not my MAC. I love this brush. Okay, another, maybe we'll go by brand here. Another MAC brush that I just consistently use and have ever since I've gotten it. This one I've only had for maybe, I don't know, 4 years or something. This is an M213. It's very small and it's kind of flat. It's got a round tip. Something about this brush, well, I like the size because it's very small. One thing that you'll notice about all of these, they're tiny. The brushes that I use are very tiny. I have kind of a small face, deep set eyes, smaller eyes, so I need small brushes. I usually don't use big ones. The only things I use big brushes for is if I'm trying to like get glitter all over like my arms and my just everything. If I just want to glitterify myself with like the diamond, what was it? The Fenty diamond something or other. It's really pretty. Anyways, diamond bomb. Is that what it's called? Whatever, it doesn't matter. That's what I use big brushes for, is like when I want to just like make myself shimmery. But yeah, this MAC 213, I use it often for actually my inner corner or my brow bone. It's small and it's dense in a way that I think distributes like quite a bit of pigment on there. So yeah, I like to use that when I really want it to show up and be kind of foiled. This works pretty well. This works pretty well, and it's small. Next, let's go into, I have a couple Blend Bunny brushes. Actually, I guess I just have one here. One Blend Bunny brush. I do like all of my Blend Bunny brushes, but this one in particular, I have gotten fairly recently, and I am 100%, just to show you size comparison, I am completely in love with this brush. It's so small and I can really get into my lower lash line with this, and I love that. It's just so much precision. Yeah, I really like this brush a lot. And along those same lines, I use, and actually since I've gotten this one, I haven't used this as much, but I still do use, this is the rèphr number 29. And again, it's super tiny, it's flat, but it's straight across. So if I don't want to use the angled brush, I use the this one. And again, it's just so tiny and it's pretty thin. So it's really easy to get like precision, which I love. And it's dense enough that it will distribute the pigment. You can see it. It's not gonna be subtle. It's gonna give you some intensity. Okay, so I guess we're on rèphr now. I have noticed that I've been picking this one up a lot, and I used to be more of, I wanted to use round brushes for whatever reason on my eyes, but this just, it gives a little bit more pigment, and I have a little bit more control with this. And this is the 28, rèphr 28. And again, it's fairly small. They do have a bigger one. I think it's the 2 that's very similar to this, but it's a little big. It's a little bit wider. And I find that this is a little easier when I want to do like precision shapes, but not have it be too like a pencil brush, you know, where it's like a line. Like I want it to be a little bit more diffused. But yeah, this brush just has been working really well for me lately. And this is the rèphr 28. Super soft. That's the thing. Rèphr brushes are so soft. They don't irritate my face usually. And I'm pretty sensitive. Speaking of, this is the rèphr 18. It's a pretty round brush. It's got like a domed tip, super soft. It's pretty small. I use this for powder. I like to use it to powder like my under eyes. I can get into like this area by my nose like pretty easily. My face is small enough that I actually just use it kind of for all powder, you know? It's like, it's so nice and small and precise, and also very soft, and I just really like it. I've been using this a ton. Like, this is what I've been using for powder. And it's soft. It's very soft. I have other brushes that are that shape that are not as soft. The next brushes, I'm going to do these two at the same time because I don't know. This is the rèphr 13 and 14, and they're just round, like fluffy brushes, but they're very small. The 14 is a little bit bigger than the 13 and like a little bit more domed. I'm not sure. I tend to grab both of these almost interchangeably, but I think they are a little different. Like maybe this one's going to be a little bit more like if you really want something a little bit more diffused, but like also like where you have some control. I don't know, I kind of use them interchangeably, but I like them. And sometimes I want the smaller one. Sometimes I want a little bigger. That's that. I like these. I find them just kind of easy to just do sort of a wash of color without being super precise, but also I need precision. Cause like if I use, say, this is another brush that I really like. I haven't been using it as much, but look at how big that is compared to that. And sometimes I do want to wash a color. I don't feel confident telling you what my favorite one of this type is right now. I have a Morphe one that I like. That's a M518. And I do, you know, probably this is the one that I like the most, although it's very similar to the like rèphr 15, I think it is. A little more dense. This one's a little fluffier. Yeah, it's just a little bit easier. I'm gonna say if I have to choose one of these that I like, it's the Morphe. But I mean, I guess, yeah, let's throw that in. I do. If I want a bigger fluffy brush, I will use this. I just don't use bigger fluffy brushes as much, but sometimes I do, but not very often. Okay. Okay, the next, there's a little rèphr in here. I got this brush. This is the rèphr 35, and I got this recently. It's really dense, and it's small and round in this way that I like it for nose contour. It's just kind of the right thing for it. I don't know. I've been really enjoying this for nose contour, and it is what I've been using. And it feels so nice. They're so soft. They're so soft. And I actually like how small the handles are. Again, like they just tend to be a little bit shorter, and I don't know, like I'm sort of petite, and it's just nice to have a little petite brush to use, you know? So that's that one. Next is the rèphr 23. Again, so tiny. It's just so tiny. So it's just easy. It's easy to just, if I just want a little pigment, put it on there, and then I can use like a fluffier brush to sort of, and it's fairly dense, so I can get the pigment on there, and then I can use one of these little fluffier brushes to sort of blend it out a little bit. And that seems to be working well for me. And that looks like that's it for the rèphr brushes that I grabbed. There are a couple others, but these are just the ones I've just been using a lot. Like I'm like, yes, these. The next one that I find I've been using a lot lately is this Morphe M431. I don't love Morphe as a brand, okay? I don't even like recommending them necessarily, but the truth is I reach for them. So yeah, anyways, that's just a little side note, but the brushes work well, so I use them. I already have them. I don't know. I don't love some things that they've done as a company. However, they make good brushes. So I don't know what to do with that. Do with that what you will. Anyways, this is a pencil type brush. Again, this is sort of in the same vein as this one, but I can do a little bit bigger areas. And I don't know, it like makes a nice line, but also you can kind of diffuse it more. I don't know, it's like you can get, it just has a lot of functions. Like I can get it in here because it's got a really sharp point. Not sharp point, but like it's a small point, so I can get it in here for like outer corner stuff or even inner corner. So it's really handy for that, and it's dense enough that it'll really put the pigment down. It's also like large enough and not so dense that I can't like bring it along and sort of shape things with it. I don't know. It's like you can kind of draw with it, and I like it. And I kind of hate that I like it, but I do. And that's that. Next up, I have two Nakia Joy Cosmetics brushes. And the first one is, this is the E01 Cream Blend. And I'm not sure what it is about this. It's almost like it's like denser down here, and then it's like super light at the top, like a little bit more like diffused at the top or something. Anyways, this really does work amazing for concealer. I'll put my concealer, like dab it on, and then I'll just kind of do little circles to like get it blended out, and it works so well. I wish it was smaller. I mean, look at it, like is almost my whole eye. So like going in here, it would be a little bit nicer if it was a little smaller, but maybe it being bigger, it's like easier on the face. So maybe I want this and like a little bit smaller one for, anyway, this is a great brush and I really like it. And some Nakia Joy Cosmetics brushes I don't like. They hurt. They're just like scratchy. I don't know what it is, but some are super scratchy and I do not like the feel of them. And some of them I love. This is one that I love. It feels great and it works really, really well. And then the other Nakia Joy Cosmetics brush that I love is this Precision Highlight. It's such a wonderful size. It's pretty small for a highlight brush. Again, like I have, I'll show you the difference. Here's like a fan brush that's looking a little sad. But anyway, I don't know. It's like, I don't necessarily always want this shape. I just like this shape. There's more precision with it, and it puts highlight on very nicely. I've just been using this for highlight since I got it, maybe 3 years ago. It works so well. It works so well. F07 Precision Highlight from Nakia Joy Cosmetics. Yep, like this brush a lot. A lot. And then the last one, and this is actually one of my first, when I started to I really revisited. I've gone through phases of liking makeup in my life for various reasons. I really just got back into it like hardcore in 2018, 2019. And this was one of the first brushes that I got. And it's a Zoeva like angled brush. It's a 317 wing liner brush. And it's got a pretty pretty steep angle, I'd say. And it's like flexible but firm. in this wonderful way that my eyebrows, like for using like the eyebrow pomade or pomade, I don't know how you pronounce it, but like the Benefit pomade, I think is what it's called, or the Anastasia Beverly Hills has a, I can't remember what it's called, but they come in the pot and it's like a certain kind of brow makeup, and I really like the way that they work because it's almost like they sort of put your brows in place while also adding color, and you don't have to do a brow gel because brow gels look a little like crusty to me and these like pomades don't. Anyways, this isn't about that. It's about the brush and how effortless I find application. So yeah, this is like an excellent brush. I think this was like the rose gold color, and I think maybe it comes in other colors, maybe. I hope this is still available. I didn't actually look. I think the rest of them probably are. Maybe a couple of the Morphe ones aren't anymore. And I don't know about the MAC. Anyways, I think this one, I hope this one is still available. Of all the brushes that I have here today, this and maybe this Blend Bunny might be the ones I recommend the most. These little, I don't know, they're so good. They're so good. Anyways, these are the brushes that I just keep picking up, and using when I'm doing my looks. If you watch my videos, you've probably seen these. Although some of them, you know, like this one, I usually don't do my concealer on camera, and so you wouldn't see it and you wouldn't know. And I usually don't do my brows on camera, so I guess it was good to sort of highlight these for you. If you're just looking, I don't know, for some tips, maybe you don't have a brush for eyebrows and you want one, or you know, maybe you want a smaller highlighter brush, whatever. These are the ones that I like. And if you have small eyes, you know, some of these are just super duper helpful. Anyway, that's the video for today. Thanks for being here, and I hope that this was helpful, entertaining at the very least. I don't know, someone to hang out with for a while. And I hope that you're having a good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life.